Test, test, test. Okay. I think everybody's been at a point where they wanted to learn how to draw, but they just didn't have the technical ability and they didn't have the right teacher or tutor to help guide them throughout their process. My project, Maestro, aims to bridge that gap. Maestro is a literal teacher that aims to guide you by auto-completing your drawings and doing the technical work that you just aren't capable of doing yet, and thereby teaching you through example. Now, if we look over to my right over here, we can see you can access your past whiteboards. For example, lyrical fresco. I'm gonna rename it, I don't know, best canvas. Update it, and I'm gonna go to it. And instantly I see another, a very vibrant canvas where I can edit and draw and mostly show my thought process. I can also go back and see the other canvases, for example, cheerful collage, where I've actually already prepared a few default, or I guess demonstrations of what this product does. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the lasso tool. I'm gonna draw around this little image and I'm gonna give it a little system input. I'm gonna give it, oh, let me move out of the way. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a system input and guide its thought process. So I'm gonna say, draw this image, this art with watercolors. I'm gonna say, keep the background as is and pick purple, blue, and yellow hues. And I'm gonna send that to the AI. And while that's generating, as you can see down there, I want you to appreciate how hard I've been working. I actually have 3 AIs at once, and I pushed like 25 commits just tonight to get this done. It's truly not easy being a solar developer, but we're gonna get it done. And you can see that it generated the image. And I can choose to reject it or accept it. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna accept it for this case because, I mean, you guys saw how it just generated that image and auto-completed that art. And to the left, you could see Nano Banana here. I've rendered your sketch using fluid watercolor techniques, and you could see that it kind of teaches you how it did it, and it auto-completed it to show you how good your art could actually become. And I can also ask it, for example, how did you um, know how to shade it properly? And it's gonna know that it shouldn't, it's gonna know not to generate the image. For example, it didn't do anything, and it's instead going to answer like a true maestro, like a true teacher. And exactly. Now, if you've ever worked with image models in the past, you know it's a little bit like this, where you're the jester and then the AI is the queen over there. Because you typically have to do a lot of prompt engineering and a lot of background work to get image models to work. So what we typically use, what I use in this project to make it accurate, is a positive and negative prompt. For example, in the positive prompt, I would tell it to autocomplete the user's drawing, to guide it whenever need be. And for the negative prompt, I would tell it just completely overwrite the drawing or something, things that I don't want. And essentially that guides the AI closer to the truth and pushes it further apart from what you don't want. For example, like if you don't want to start drawing a cat and then have the AI autocomplete a dog, for example. You need it to completely closely follow the prompt. Now, as for the technical implementation, I won't go too deep because we do not have much time. But there's actually many avenues where you could actually start this generation from. And I showed you the lasso tool where I could just, boom, open the sidebar. However, there's actually many more. For example, like I started drawing this heart here. I could start drawing a, I don't know, smiley face. And then we could see what it's going to generate. It also calls the AI and it sends an image of, the strokes or that we just drew, sends it to Nano Banana and it tries to generate something. And we also have a voice mode, which I won't click now because I feel like it's going to break now that I have my microphone on and I'm talking. But you could see there's many actually interfaces where you could draw from. And it's all on one unified API interface, generate solution, which handles every single case simultaneously. You essentially just draw strokes, and then those strokes are cropped using a machine learning model called Dino, so that it could send an accurate image of what is drawn. Once we have that image is sent to Nano Banana, and then that image is sent back at the very exact coordinates that were taken from to make the product seamless. That's essentially how it works. I'm gonna go ahead and go back. And yeah, this product could very easily simplify a lot of the processes that come into drawing. It could make beginners learn quicker by example, by teaching the AI, by prompting the AI and learning from it. And it's also good for professionals who just want to be faster and who want to create their arts in, I guess, a new and novel way. So thank you so much for listening to this project. This is Maestro, and I hope to see you guys at the pitch.